So I photographed you in April of 2016. How do you like the industry and how's your experience so far?
Since the last time you've seen me, I feel like I grew a lot and I got to experience the industry for what it really is. Because when I first started, I was brand new, I was discovering myself, I was meeting new people I was working with, and I was getting nervous when I got into set, just like every young 18, 19-year-old girl. Now I'm 21, so it's been a while, and I already know everybody. I love it. I love coming to set. I already know what I like in my sexual life. I already know how I want to be on set. I'm not quiet or nervous, and I like that because the industry made me more confident as I got older, and as I got to experience myself. So yeah, that's what I think a transition has been from last time you've seen me.
Have you found some people that you kind of looked up to that you're friends with now when you first started?
Yes, there's been a couple girls that I actually looked up to, and I'm really good friends with them. One of the girls that I'm in love with still, but she actually hit me up in my direct messages, and her name's Riley Reed. I love her, and she's the sweetest girl ever. And we're actually really good friends, and we hang out, and we go out to dinner together, we have girls' night, we sleep over, and she's just really sweet altogether. So I'm really glad I got to become friends with her. Bonnie Ryan, I mean, she's such a badass girl, such a badass. I love her, and yeah, I'm about to work with her first time ever. And I think in a couple days, and that's another girl that we've hung out, and she's super sweet to me, and she's just a great person to be around. It's hard to say because I love this industry so much, but there's good sides and bad sides to everything in every job we do. I do feel like maybe there should be like an age restriction type of thing. Maybe girls should make sure, or agents should make sure these girls really want to do this, and if anything, try to convince them not to do this. And if they really wanted to do this, they'll push forward through that and they'll end up in this industry. But I feel like it's very hard because there's a lot of young girls, and I think it's an amazing industry, but it takes a type of person to stick in this industry and to become successful and to know how to take care of themselves in such a high demanding industry and society that we're in today. So I feel like that's probably the only downside. I wish there was like more like a screening, making sure like the girls are mentally and like know that they want to do this. It's funny because you would think, but it actually not. Performing on set is completely different than having sex in your bedroom, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. I'm sure a lot of people, like civilians, would think like that's what we do, and we're like acrobatics in bed, and we're like doing handstands and like climbing on the guy, and the guy's picking you up. Like, no, we do not do that. If anything, because of the sex I have on set, it's so out there and so like crazy, and it's like a different type of intimacy. When I'm at home, I'm like very like sweet and cuddly, and like I want somebody to kiss me, and like, you know, more like loving and like intimate and like take my time. It just depends on the person. The friends that I've had before porn, they still see me the same. I'm still the same person. Nothing has changed. Because I am a regular person. Even if I had that type of sex life without the cameras on, people wouldn't know, and I would be considered as normal. But yeah, and then yes, because I've had fans come up to me and like people know me. So yeah, and it is different because I have fans and they come up to me and they want to take pictures with me, and it's like maybe people get nervous around me, because it's such an intimate time in their life, where they're in the bedroom and they think it's private. When they meet that person, it's completely different, so they would treat me differently. Or people think that having sex with me, like I had one problem where I was trying to have sex with this one guy and we were hanging out and it was amazing, and then he wasn't wanting to have sex with me, and I think because he was nervous, or he think he was going to be good in bed. And so like that treated me differently, because I know if it was any other girl, they would like, I don't give a fuck, I'll just fuck her, and like, you know. But it's just different now. The first time I saw porn, I was really young. It was completely by accident. It was on the family computer. I don't know how it got there. But it was like the old computers, like the desktop ones at home. And I think I seen a blonde woman with titties, big titties. And I clicked that by accident. It was somewhere saved on the computer. The first time I searched for porn was hentai, like anime porn. So that was cool. That was the first time.
How did you, when you first saw it on accident, what was your reaction to that?
I was so young that it didn't make sense to me. Like, I just seen a naked lady. And she was pretty. Yes. Knowing what I know now, I would have probably been wanting to be more confident from the beginning and kind of like be this awesome person that I am today. And try to take the lessons I know now with that time. But I think everything happens for a reason. I think it's the right time, you know. I took my time, I'm still here. I wish I could have started with somebody else, but then it just shows me the two different sides that I got to experience in the industry. So I started with the worst of the worst and ended up with the best of the best. So, you know, now I see both sides and I like it, you know, it's good. Music, I love, love, love music. I think music's a magical thing. I think it makes people feel. And then artist-wise, I really like, he's more of a new age artist. His name is XXXTentacion. People say X, but he's always like an amazing musician where he used to sing, he would play piano, he did guitar, and he used to rap, sing, and then he did like rock, like screamo stuff. So that was pretty cool, and he was like very passionate about his music, and he put his emotions in there, and I really connected with that. So I like musicians like that. That like not like Gucci gang. I don't like that. I like the whole like making you want to feel something.
Like emo, kind of emotional stuff.
Yeah, more like it could be really happy. It could be like being in love, expressing the way you love somebody. It can be how sad you are, or how alone you feel, or how angry you feel. Like I want to feel that in the music. I want to feel a person and what they want to express to me. Hopefully doing comedy. I want to do comedy. So in 10 years, I hoped to see myself with a lot of money. Maybe a place in Mexico, you know, kind of get away. And maybe doing stand-up comedy.
I am actually from the Philippines.
Born and raised?
No, I was actually born in Saudi Arabia, kind of raised in Saudi Arabia before I actually moved here in the US. And I was never really, I never really lived in the Philippines. Yes, my family and I used it as like a vacation, but we haven't really actually lived there. So half of my childhood is in Saudi Arabia and half of my childhood is here in the US.
The educational system, is that like it is here, where you go to 1st to 8th grade and then you go to high school, or is it different?
Yeah, it's kind of different. It's not like there's a middle school there. You go on. I think they kind of mixed them. I don't remember it completely, but because I stopped before I even got into high school, but yeah, they didn't have like a 7th or 6th, 7th, 8th grade there. It was like grade school, and I think they went on to high school.
The first couple of years of school, did you have a favorite subject?
Writing. It's not just about me being creative on what to write, it's about actually doing some writing. And in grade school, I actually won best in writing or something like that. I think my parents still have that medal, but I really liked writing. I don't know what it is. It just has something to do with my hands, I guess. I like to do something with my hands.
Okay. I know you're really young at that point. Do you have any idea what you want to do with the rest of your life?
I did not. I did not know what to do at all. I've experimented with so many ideas of what I would be in the future, and I didn't even think that I would be here doing this. Like my kid self and my teenager self wouldn't have ever thought that I would be an adult performer. But I feel like I belong here. Like I tried other subjects and electives, and I don't know, I didn't have that sense of belonging that I do now in the adult industry.
In your teen years, were you the loner, the geek, the popular girl, the nerd?
I was kind of a mixture. I did have friends, but even then I still kept to myself, and I was really focused on my studies. So I guess you can say that I was a geek, but it's not like I was an AP student. But I liked reading. I liked reading a lot. And if I wasn't given a book to read by one of my teachers, I would be in the library trying to find other books that I can read myself. So if you did attend my high school, I was probably invisible. And if you did know me, I was probably mysterious to you.
Did you go to high school prom?
Yeah, I did. I did. I felt like it was going to be my last Cinderella moment, and apparently not. So because now I'm like given opportunities on when to glamour up and dress up kind of similar like Cinderella. But that's why I went to prom, because I wanted to have the Cinderella moment, and I guess the media made it seem like it's such a big deal. But once I was there, it was just like, it was just another normal thing. A normal gathering with my friends. I didn't have a date. I went out. My date were my friends.
How do you make a transition then from Cinderella to the wonderful world of adult entertainment? Did you start taking pictures and stuff in between, or do you?
From my high school to now?
Yes.
Is that? No, I mean, I started before I was an adult adult performer. I did start with mainstream acting and modeling. So I did take some classes for acting and modeling, and did some freelance modeling, some theatrical work and student films, but I felt like I wasn't going anywhere with the mainstream because I felt like Hollywood isn't really focused on the minorities. And the thing about me is, yes, I'm a minority, but I'm also short. So it's not like I can be one of those runway models that I see in America's Next Top Model. But I did take a few. I got some photos from those freelance modeling, but even before that, not really. It wasn't until like later that I found out, oh, acting and modeling is actually fun. It's so much more fun to do than figuring out about germs and microbes and all this clinical stuff, because I was studying to be a nurse practitioner. Well, more specifically speaking, pediatrical nurse practitioner. And looking back at it now, I realize that I don't think I have the heart to deal with the sick and possibly the dying, especially kids. So here I am, trying to be positive with life and trying to bring in positivity to other people through sex.
Have you ever experienced a casting couch in mainstream?
I have not, but I realized that I didn't want to be that nervous actress in an audition room, so I wanted to produce some films myself. But whenever I went to investors, I felt like, hey, can you do this instead? And I realized, well, if I'm going to do this, why not do it myself in my own way? So enter the adult industry, and this is my way of making the money and exploring my sexuality at the same time.
Any big mainstream stuff you did, was there any nudity involved in any of that?
No. Again, it was mostly theatrical work and even some student films. So, well, most of it is like theatrical, the real big ones. So, no, there was no nudity in theater. Yeah, there was one theatrical work that I did where I had to engage the audience instead of just, performing. But other than that, no, there was no nudity.
Ember, slow down. What's going on? This isn't usually how we do things.
I know. I will explain everything later, so let's go.
Wow, this is an expensive house.
Yep.
And in this neighborhood?
Yep. This is like 2.2 to 2.3 million in the current market. But since it's dirty money, we always get a premium, so this is like 4 million, babe.
Ember, what the fuck is going on?
Shh, come inside.
This is a really nice place.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What the fuck, Ember?
Okay, look. So you know those deals we do with Manolo?
Yeah, they're a sketch, but not like this sketch.
Okay, this whole thing is about to blow up. The IRS is onto him, so basically our reputation is about to blow up too.
Are we gonna get in trouble?
No, we were in the gray area, but today is different. So you remember Logan?
Yeah, what about him? He bought like 2 houses before?
Well, he likes me, likes me. Like we've been texting each other, sending each other pictures. Come on, he's hot, so I don't mind it. But I am going to tell him about what a great deal of this house is, but on our own. Because with Manolo, it's going to be risky.
Ember, what the fuck?
Relax, okay, relax. I know the cleaner here. They've already been gone. The family is gone. So we just tell Logan to sign the papers and, well, papers. And then we just fucking bounce.
And then what?
We bounce! Come on, it's $4 million cash. We don't get that kind of money that easily. Okay, so, I mean, your family is in the other states, and you don't really use your original name, so...
I guess we could go visit my family out of country.
I know you would be into this, because that's why I got you in the first place, so that we can get out and you can see your family and stuff. Come on, please. Please, please. $4 million fucking dollars. Calm down, girl.
All right, but you have to promise this will work.
I swear, I promise. I promise. 4 million, babe. 4 million.
Hey, you.
Hi. Welcome to your new home.
Thank you. You smell amazing.
Let me show you around.
Yeah.
So you remember Jade, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, how are you?
I'm good. Anyway, let's show you the house. So why don't you follow us?
Okay. This is a beautiful house.
Yeah. Look at the view right here.
So this is a place and view that I could really get used to. I mean, I say it's a go. Let's do it. What's the cost?
So in the current market, the asking is $4 million.
Look, so here's the deal. 4.5 million, that's easy for me. I'm ready to make this deal, but I need to feel the love. So I could either take it or leave it. I could walk.
Okay, so Logan, what you're saying is you want us to sweeten the deal, and you're gonna give us an extra $500,000?
Something like that.
Let me talk to my client really quick because we have a long day of visits.
Ember, what the fuck's going on?
He wants us to fuck him.
Are you serious?
Come on, Jade, it's 4.5 million now, okay? He's hot. I mean, I know he's a bad person, but let's even the playing field. Like, come on, let's let the titties do the work.
You fucking owe me then.
Yes. Well, come on, I'll just split the $500,000 extra dollars.
Weren't we gonna split it anyway?
Yes, of course, Jake. Come on, of course. Now let's go.
Sit back down, Logan.
Oh, all right. Of course.
So we found...
To jump right into things, I want to talk to you about the first conversation with Don Juan DeMarco of Xcritics.com. If I remember correctly, didn't you tell him that you were a fan of adult films and used to watch the classics and legends perform on film before you got into business?
Yes. Yes.
Was there a particular woman, a particular thing you liked? Was there...
Well, when it comes to my own sexuality, it started with curiosity. It has a lot to do with curiosity, especially when it came to women, and it started in an early age, and curiosity after watching some porn. And I liked watching a lot of Andrew Blake's films, and it was like in the 80s and 90s I was more inspired about the porn back then. And one of the films that still is in my mind to this day is Hidden Obsessions with Janine and Julia Ann. So they're the ones. Well, they're one of the few ones that inspired me.
Have you worked with Julia and Janine?
Janine, no, but Julia Ann, yes, one time, and she is phenomenal. I loved working with her, and I consider her as a friend now. I met Janine in Portland at Exotica, so that was the first time I met her in person.
How did you discover adult films back then?
Back then, internet, and believe it or not, there are films of even the 80s and 90s that are still online. Film is forever.
Let's talk about your amazing year, 2019. You seem to have a lot of big projects and big parts. One of them in particular is from Girls' Way and Adult Time Schooled. Can you tell us about this series and what you starred in and all that?
To be completely honest with you, I didn't even know that Schooled was going to be a series until I saw the promotions for it. And when I found out that I was actually part of the series, it's one of those milestones that I have in the industry that it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually am one of the first few people who became a part of this. So the scene that I did for Schooled was, I was supposed to be a troublemaker, like a student who's a troublemaker and has a little crush on her teacher, which was played by Natasha Nice. And she gave me a little lesson. She switched the tables on me, and then it turned into a really steamy scene. Because it kind of started as like a, you know, I'm supposed to hate her, supposedly. So we expressed that kind of emotion in the scene, like we hate each other, but we're so turned on by each other. And I feel like whenever I do scenes like that, it turns into something really, really hot and intense.
So for that particular scene, did the director walk you through it, kind of block everything out what they wanted, or did they just let you ladies go?
They basically just let us go. They did block us when it came to like our script, like what we had to say and how we are supposed to deliver it. But when it came to the actual sex, then they just let us go. And I like that. I like doing scenes like that where they just allow us to go at it, because there are some genuine performances that comes out of it, or at least on our part for this particular scene.
She's an established performer in the business. Had you watched any of her stuff before working with her?
I have not seen her stuff, but I am aware that she is like one of the biggest girls in the business. And every time, honestly, every time I meet somebody who's really a big star in the business or an established star in the business, it does get me intimidated. Like, I fangirl. I try not to show that, but I have this inner fangirl every time I meet them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Does that heighten your performance? Does that like give it an edge? Because
it's cool, and again, there's that sense of intimidation, like, oh my God, you're actually here in front of me. And for this particular situation, I get to fuck you too. Like, it's one of those surreal moments that, oh my God, I'm actually doing this with you. Like, wow, what an honor. That's how I felt about Natasha Nice. And she is a trip. She is definitely a trip. So if you haven't seen that scene yet, oh my God, it is intense.
when you used to watch movies, did thought ever cross your mind that I could do that?
Back then, watching someone like Janine and Julia Ann, yeah, they inspired me to think of myself, yeah, oh my God, that looks so much fun. That looks so hot. This is such a turn on, and I would love to do what they do. So yes, I have thought about that after watching these films.
For you, what is the reality of the movies as opposed to the fantasy? You watch them, you think it's one thing. You actually go and make them. And what is that experience like for you?
It is completely different. I mean, what a lot of fans don't see is the behind the scenes, what goes on. Like, for instance, anal. It looks like in the scene, oh, there's your ass, let me put it in you. Boom, we're fucking. But what I feel like the fans miss is the preparation that we do for anal, and some of us starve ourselves so that we keep it clean down there and keep it ready for the scene. And you don't see a lot of that. You don't see that in the scene because, you know, we just want you to see what makes it hot, what is something that you get off from. You don't need to know the other details about, okay, we need to cut here and then maybe put some lube on. We need to cut here in case there's a little spill or something. But yeah, there's like when it comes to being a male talent, it's not just, oh, I'm fucking a hot girl. There's a lot more to a male talent than just fucking. You have to be, I would say, flexible and strong to be able to handle different positions and being able to carry the girl, because a lot of male talents actually do carry the scene, and they're the ones who do or sometimes help us in certain positions. And when the director needs you to pop, you need to pop right then and there. And you don't see in the scene where we're supposed to cut and then let the guy do his thing until he is ready to pop, unless he is completely ready right then and there. So yeah, it's different. Those are a few things that are different from watching and actually doing them.
Hi, my name is Jade Kush. I'm 18, I'm from Chicago, and
You're excited?
I'm excited to get started.
Perfect, have a seat. Beautiful, 18, huh? I tell every girl, when they hear 18, those ears of every producer perks in the air. They're like, oh, she's 18? Okay, now we're talking. All right, and you're from Chicago?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. You lived there your whole life?
No.
No? Okay. Where else are you from? Are you from everywhere, like all over the place?
Connecticut.
Okay. And that's like what, on the east, right? And so now you're in Chicago. Okay. How long have you been in Chicago for?
Like 5 years.
Okay. You like it? Mm-hmm. Is it as rough as the news tells us it is?
I think that they put a lot of they don't also cover good things that are happening in the city and only want to focus on the bad things. So.
Oh, that's what the news does. It's all bad. Every time I go to turn the news, I'm like, show me what bad shit is happening in the world today. And then they make it even worse than it really is. Yeah. But yeah. No, it's the worst PR for a city I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. There are people that want to go and like, fuck this. Not going to Chicago, you're going to get killed. So you moved there when you were like 13?
All right.
Okay. Now you're looking to get out of there, like move somewhere else, or you want to stay there and come out and shoot for a little while and go home and do all that kind of stuff?
I do want to stay in Chicago because I have a lot of people that I know support me there.
Sure.
So I wouldn't want to leave them.
Okay. So you want to you'll do trips basically. So you come out for 2 weeks, shoot a bunch of scenes, go home for a month or whatever, come out for a week, back and forth. Okay. That's, a lot of girls do that. It's not like outside of the norm. A lot of girls have that kind of thing because they have where they're from and their friends and all like that. So, cool. Do you have anything going on, like school or anything like that, that's going to prohibit you from coming out for a week or whatever?
No.
Nothing? Okay, good. I mean, it's always, I like to ask, you know, because some girls, they're like, oh, I'm going to college. It's like, shit, girl. Like, you got weekends and holidays to shoot, and that's it, you know. But, so other than that, you're good to go. Okay, cool. And you say you enjoy sites like a little bit of rougher kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll probably like start you out in things that like are middle of the road kind of rough, not like throw you straight into the wolves right away, but just kind of ease you in a little bit. Just want to kind of make sure that you're not getting, you know, into a weird situation with some of these rougher scenes, you know, and you're like, I didn't like that, you know. So we'll kind of like have you crawl before you walk, sort of thing. That'll be good. Any like hobbies, interests, anything that's gonna like separate you from other girls that are in the business?
I like to paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a first. I haven't heard that yet. Okay. How long did you like? Have you studied art and everything, painting and everything like that?
Yeah, I went to an art high school for 4 years with a concentration on visual art.
Okay.
And I was supposed to go to conservatory this year, but didn't have that money. So.
Nice. Okay. Well, this can help.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to get into there. What do you specialize in, like art-wise? I know visual art, but like
oil painting.
Okay. Nice. I have one oil painting that was purchased for me. It was a birthday present, but I loved it. I actually really did. Maybe I can. What do you call it when you hire an artist?
A commission?
Yeah, I can commission you to do a piece.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll take a picture here and we'll commission you to paint yourself. That'd be pretty cool, right? My introduction to porno, and here it is. That'd be rad. I'd hang it right on the wall for everyone to see when they came in. That's pretty cool. Now you do like abstract stuff or like realism?
Not really realism, but like I don't really know. It's like almost like surrealism, maybe.
Okay, got it. Yeah, cool. Interesting. Now I'm curious to kind of see it. It's interesting stuff. What about like body painting and stuff like that? You ever did anything like that?
I've painted a few friends before, like for shows, but like, I don't really do it as part of my art form.
Okay. Well, it's kind of cool because if you could like a person could like hire you to do a paint scene, like where you paint yourself a little bit, you know, paint some stuff on your boobs and stuff like that. And it'd be kind of cool, you know. People would probably dig it, so that'd be interesting. And then, what are you looking to do here in this business? What's like your big goal besides like paying for school?
I don't really have like a main goal yet. It's, you know, it's kind of a surprise that I like, you know, even am here right now. So I'm still,
really?
Yeah, thinking about like.
You got a gorgeous face and a body that's like doesn't stop, girl. You're like, you are like what we look for in this thing. You're like the you know, people see someone like you and they get excited. You know, it's not like there are some girls in this business where we're like, what's she doing here? You know, but you're like, this is, right this way, man. Here's the red carpet, we'll roll it out for you. So that's how, you know, where you're gonna be. But yeah, okay.